there may be no finer two-man team in the Carolinas right now than Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling. Trevor Lee at 20 years old, but the veteran of the team, has brought this rookie Chet Sterling up to another level, and these guys have, in a short amount of time, become such a finely tuned two-man unit. You've been in the ring with all the best tag teams in the Carolinas and the Mid-Atlantic and Virginia, but these two guys, in a very short amount of time, have put together something special.
You know, a lot of times it takes two guys years to gel and just become that finely tuned machine. It took these guys just a few months. The sky is the limit for Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling.
Of course, as our longtime fans will know, back on March the 30th, Trevor Lee took control of the group known as the Aftermath. He kicked Ric Converse, and Osiris out of the old group. Converse and Osiris went on to reform the Dynasty, and ever since then, Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling, as the Aftermath, have been on a tear that included Chet Sterling going undefeated all summer long. It included Trevor Lee surviving 48 minutes to win the Weaver Cup tournament back in August, and it including these two having perhaps the match of the year so far back at the Rumble when they challenged Kamakazi Kid and Lee Valiant for the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship. Brandon Day and Lance Lude, two phenomenal wrestlers, but what are they going to have to do to put a combination together, to put their talents and abilities together and go against this team that they just, Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling, they just know where each other are at every moment. They know what the other guy's going to do. Like you said, in a short amount of time, they're so in sync. What do Lance Lude and Brandon Day have to do to combat that?
Get lucky. It's gonna take a tremendous effort from both those two guys, but you know, you can't sell either one of them short. Brandon Day, tremendous athlete. Lance Lude, the Iron Man of the Rumble this year, going almost coast to coast, eliminated by Chase Dakota. Lance Lude,
40-some minutes in that Rumble.
Lance Lude, the overall star of the Rumble. I know Zane Dawson won it. He's the star of the Rumble with that effort. Once Lance Lude gets in the ring, this place is going to come unglued.
Of course, we would be remiss if not mentioning the current events that have happened here in recent days. Lance Lude buried his father at 1 p.m. this afternoon and is here tonight at Fallout 2013. He told me earlier in the week, once the news of Lance Lude's father's passing came out, he told me there's no place he would rather be than here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium in Gibsonville, North Carolina. He wanted to be here. It would not only take his mind off of everything that was happening at home, but he said this was an opportunity to be with my second family and feel that love and that support. And you're right, the outpouring of support that has come out for Lance Lude in the past few days has been, virtually second to none. I know you have experienced with your injury in recent days the outpouring of love and support from the CWF fans, but Chet Sterling is experiencing no love and no support from Brandon Day right now.
Not a bit. Brandon Day, those forearms are deadly, and Chet Sterling may need to get his jaw realigned after that series.
Lance Lude tags in. He will go to bat against Chet Sterling, and he's got him by the abdomen there, got him right there on the hip. Looks like the old stomach claw almost.
It does almost, and Lude in the ropes, Joey Hogan trying to get the break, and
the thumbnail of that stomach claw could sell some gay customs like that. Oh God, kicked him right in the spine. That cover from Lance Lude. Only gets him two.
I know how that feels, and I'll tell you what, it's almost like a tidal wave going up your back. I mean, it's just, when you crack your funny bone, how it just kind of goes up your arm and makes it feel weird. Imagine that going up your entire spine. That's what those kicks do.
We should ask Mr. Elite, who got cut earlier, got gashed right on the arm. We'll ask him how it felt to crack his funny bone. Oh God, just got chopped right in the chest. Sterling is getting beat like he stole something from Brandon Day, the veteran. Woo!
Joey Hogan a little slow on the count there.
Maybe a tag. Tag back into Lance Lude here.
We talked earlier about the gelling and the continuity of the Aftermath team. there have been some quick in and out tags by the team of Lance Lude and Brandon Day, and that is the key to tag team wrestling.
You know, I don't know for a fact if they have ever teamed before. I know that both hailing originally from both of them originally hail from Northern Virginia. I know they've known each other for a long time. Perhaps they have teamed before. Perhaps this is not their first outing as a team here. Because you're right, they are very much in sync right now.
Another quick tag. You know, these guys they're doing the smart thing. They're coming in, they're getting a little offense, they're tagging out, keeping the fresh man in the ring. And they have cut Chet Sterling off from Trevor Lee.
That's the smart man to isolate is the rookie. Of course, Chet Sterling has been a perennial challenger of the Rising Generation League Championship. We will see the Rising Generation League tournament begin this Friday night at the big Headlock on Hunger Food Bank benefit card. All the information on that is at CWF247.com, as we will be presenting a free card this Friday night. All we're asking is to bring some canned goods or a cash donation for the Allied Church's Food Bank here in Alamance County. Oh God, big right hook from Trevor Lee. And the leg lariat from Chet Sterling, just like that. They were able to change the tide just like that. They knew where the other man was going to be, Matt Houston.
You know, you take your eye off the ball for just a second, these guys can make you pay for it, and that's what they just did with Brandon Day.
Trevor stomps the hands. Matt Houston, you've been around wrestling for a long time. Have you ever seen a 20-year-old that has got it together physically, mentally, everything like Trevor Lee?
No, Trevor Lee is a rare breed. You know, I've been in the ring with Trevor, and this kid is, beautiful drop kick. That's probably the best drop kick in the Mid-Atlantic.
Perfect placement, and he stands over Brandon Day. He could have beat somebody with that drop kick very easily. Like you said, the placement was perfect. It was practically a knockout with that drop kick.
But Trevor's one of those guys, you know, he's versed well beyond his years. You know, we mentioned earlier with the Chris Lee match how Chris does not wrestle like he's in his first year and a half. You know, he seems to have progressed beyond that. Trevor Lee wrestles like a 10-year veteran.
Yeah, he does. And that's scary. Considering this kid is 20 years old, this kid is only going to get better. He's only going to get smarter. You know, one thing that a lot of people that have never been around wrestling don't understand, if you're just watching this at home, the older you get, the more mature you get as a wrestler, and the smarter you get as a wrestler.
Yes.
Because you take fewer chances. You understand the ramifications of a big high-risk maneuver. You take fewer chances. You start to be more judicial with the chances that you take. Is the reward worth the risk? And Trevor Lee, not only is he only going to get better, he's only going to get smarter as time goes on.
Oh, no doubt. You know, you don't see Trevor Lee, and this is something that, you know, I have learned over my 20-plus years. You know, I leave my feet on the moonsault. You know, that's it. You know, a lot of guys they want to ooh and ah the crowd with their nice little flippy moves. You know, whatever they're doing. But the bottom line is, if you miss, you're going to do more damage to yourself. You know, and that could cost you a victory, which is going to cost you at the pay window. Trevor Lee is so focused on his ground attack and not leaving the mat and focusing on that one body part and doing what he's got to do to win a match. This kid is going to have a lot longer career than all these other kids doing all these flip moves.
A fan sitting at home does not understand, I don't think, the true gravity of the term high-risk maneuver.
Exactly.
Because it is, in fact, a high-risk maneuver. Trevor Lee, I was going to say uncharacteristically coming off the top, but he just wanted to be a wise ass.
Right, which is Trevor Lee's style, you know, and that's something else I've learned about Trevor Lee. You know, a lot of guys go in there and they want to try to beat you with their moves. Trevor Lee will go in there and try to get under your skin and make you make that first mistake, because he will make you lose your temper.
Absolutely.
And if you make that first mistake, he's got you right where he wants you.
Absolutely. Wise beyond his years, like you said.
Brandon Day trying to power his way out of this. Nice move by the big guy.
Woo! In wrestling school, you call that the kitchen sink. You just kneed him right in the guts.
And I don't know anybody with any more lethal knees than Trevor Lee. He has that big jumping knee. that will knock you smack out, and I have learned that firsthand.
It could be the most dangerous move in the Mid-Atlantic, the kill shot, the leaping knee strike from Trevor Lee that has literally been knocking people out all year long. To your point, yourself included.
And what's really dangerous about it is, he doesn't have to set you up from a certain position. He doesn't have to hit a certain move in order to get it. He can hit you with it from anywhere at any time.
I dare say it may be the one maneuver that no one in CWF Mid-Atlantic has kicked out of. I do not recall. I think Lee Valiant did the best job of avoiding it in that classic Weaver Cup tournament match. Oh boy, Brandon Day has caught Chet. Oh, F5s him down to the canvas hard.
This could be Brandon's opportunity to make that tag, but it didn't look like they made a tag from my vantage point.
Well, they made body contact. He pulled him by the feet. I guess Joey Hogan is going to allow the tag. Lance Lude is legal. Lance Lude and Trevor Lee swinging on center ring. And there goes Lude with the flying forearm.
Lance Lude is quicker than a hiccup, and he'll hit you with anything he can out of nowhere. And the weird part about Lance is he uses every part of his body as a weapon.
Ooh, forearm shot from Trevor Lee.
I got you, baby. You good? You good?
Trevor Lee trying to work out a double team with Sterling. I think Sterling is still on Dream Street, personally. Oh, he shot him right into Chet Sterling. So explosive, so creative, so athletic is Lance Lude. Up and over, nope, didn't get him.
Rolling reverse, he may have him here. Oh, smart move by Trevor Lee. Again, knowing his ring positioning. Oh, and there's that soccer kick.
These two know where the other man is going to be every second of the match. And Matt Houston, you can attest, more than anything else, more than experience, more than size, that can make for a killer tag team combination if you instinctively always know where the other man is.
If you got two thinking as one, somebody's in trouble.
And they have both been taken to the floor here as the aftermath poses. Match is not over by any stretch of the imagination. The aftermath are never short on confidence.
No. But confidence doesn't win wrestling matches. It's putting the shoulders down for the 1, 2, 3. And right now they have got Lance Lude in trouble.
What's your strategy here, Matt Houston? If you're the aftermath, would you rather isolate the smaller man and pray to God that he doesn't make that tag to hard-hitting Brandon Day? Or would you try to isolate the heavy hitter Brandon Day, thinking that if he makes the tag to Lance Lude, Lude is still the smallest man on the roster, and you hope that maybe you can overcome that hot tag from Lance Lude? What's your strategy if you're on the other team against Lance Lude and Brandon Day?
If I'm opposing them, my strategy would be probably Lance Lude. Like I said, he's the smallest guy on the roster. If you can take him out, but the man is, like you said, is so athletic, and he'll hit you with something out of nowhere, and he can get through. So I don't know what your strategy would be. Brandon Day, maybe you take the big guy out, which they had him in the ring earlier and was delivering damage to him. Lance Lude came in, he was on fire for a second. Now they have cut him off and isolated him. Maybe it's a strategy to to injure both of them. Weaken both members of the team.
Big knee. It seems to me, cover here on Lance Lude, only two. It seems to me that they have clearly isolated the smaller man, but if you're the aftermath, you better pray he never gets to Brandon Day, because Brandon Day is so explosive. He is so hard-hitting. He is not the guy that I would want to tee off on me when he was fresh and rested from having been on the apron for 5 or 10 minutes.
Exactly. He's got that tornado forearm. And we talked about Trevor Lee's knee knocking people out. I've seen people get knocked out by that big forearm from Brandon Day.
Oh yeah, it could easily come down to a battle of knockouts in this one, very easily, potentially.
The crowd doesn't like Trevor Lee. Oh, Trevor Lee, again, like we said, he will make you lose your temper. He slapped Lance Lude right across the face.
I've never seen anyone follow a slap with an inside cradle like that.
No.
He's cocky, he's arrogant, he is as full of himself as anyone on the roster. But the scary thing is, Trevor Lee might be as good as he thinks he is.
And that is a scary thought. Brandon Day trying to get this crowd behind Lance Lude.
Lude is firing back here. Inzaguri got nothing. Karelin style lift from Trevor Lee.
Oh, nice gut wrench suplex.
Lude had better chances than most of slipping out because he's so small and so wiry, but he could not overpower him. Woo! I would not want that man putting his hands on me.
No, and Joey now trying to get restrained Brandon Day. There was no tag made on the opposite side. Chet Sterling, and that's something else, in these tag team matches, and something Lewis and I have seen quite a bit. You get the guy on the outside fired up, he comes in, the referee has got to do his job. People are always on the referee's case, but the referee has to do his job and get the illegal man out, which, Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling are masters at manipulating referees' positioning.
Yeah, undeniably so. They have been able to take advantage of Joey Hogan, another rookie referee, all night here.
Lude firing back now. He's battling, he's trying to get to the corner. Chet stopped that momentum. And right back to his corner. They have cut that ring in half, and Lance Lude may be in danger as he looks to be on Dream Street of losing this match.
You hear Trevor Lee constantly directing traffic. And that's one of the things that makes these guys so dangerous. You talked about the two minds thinking as one. A big part of that is Chet Sterling is such a great foot soldier. I'm not going to say he follows Trevor blindly, but pretty close. He will take command from the lieutenant and follow out his orders tremendously. And I think that's one of the things that helps make this team think with one mind is Trevor Lee is almost the player coach who's calling the plays from the sidelines, and Chet Sterling understands that his role is to execute the plays that the coach calls. No pun intended on our own coach Gemini.
All right. Well, in the military they say do first and ask questions later, and that's what Chet does. Whatever Trevor tells him to do, Chet does it, and 9 times out of 10 it works, and I doubt there's any questioning going on afterwards.
That's a great point. A soldier-like mentality from Chet Sterling. Lance Lude avoids the drop kick. This is an opening, but he's got to make something happen with it.
Beautiful DDT. Both men down now. Here's where they're going to have to dig down deep. I think the first person that makes the tag will have the advantage.
Chet Sterling is legal. Lance Lude is going to Brandon Day. Chet Sterling is getting his marching orders from Trevor Lee here. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know. Trevor Lee, that exact that strategy that we were just talking about almost cost him because Chet Sterling was so busy listening to his orders from Trevor Lee that he almost took his eye off the ball and let Lance Lude make the tag.
And Lance,
that didn't work.
That didn't work a bit. Now that he's going for that gut wrench again, possibly.
Brandon Day is still not legal. Lance Lude still is. Oh, drove him down. Came all the way from up in a vertical flying position and drove him down on that cutter.
This may be the best chance for Lance Lude to make the tag. Both members of the Aftermath are down.
Chet Sterling once again is going to Trevor Lee for instructions instead of stopping the tag, and he made the tag to Brandon Day.
And like I said, Brandon, when he's fresh and been rested, he is going to hit you and hit you hard, and Chet is feeling the effects.
The technical violence of Brandon Day is on display here. Oh boy. Ow. Hard hitting is Brandon Day.
And when you're in the corner and you have nowhere to go, that does not feel good at all.
Only got 2. The Aftermath is on the ropes here. Oh boy. Ow! They have got to combat.
Looks like he's calling for that forearm.
They have got to combat Brandon Day, and here comes that big roaring elbow, that big roaring forearm strike. To your point, Matt Houston. Who did not get him, and Brandon Day falls all the way over the top. Great strategic move from the Aftermath. Lance Lude is creeping on Chet Sterling. I don't think Sterling knows he's there. Now he does. No! Stopped him. No, he did not. The pendulum keeps swinging back and forth here between Lance Lude, Brandon Day, and the Aftermath. Lude is going to go for a high-risk maneuver here.
Trevor now coming up in the middle of the ring. I think sees what's going on.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. This could be ugly. Oh, my God.
German blockbuster. Lance Lude is out. That's the ball game. 2. No.
No, Brandon Day makes the save.
Joey Hogan says it was only 2. Trevor charges.
Oh!
I think he just knocked Trevor Lee out. I think he just knocked Trevor Lee out as the cold stare from Brandon Day tells the story. Day is owning the ring right now. My God.
And Chet, nice veteran-like maneuver there from Chet Sterling.
He does not have his lieutenant there, though.
There's the tag. He tagged in Lude.
Trevor Lee is down.
Chet doesn't know it.
Woo! He's put Chet Sterling exactly where he wanted him on the canvas. Oh boy. Oh my God. Baseball slide into Trevor Lee. Lance Lude has taken a beating. He's the legal man. He's got to shake off that German suplex blockbuster combination that he just got drilled with. These are the 2 legal men in the ring right now. Lance Lude has got the Cristo. The Cristo submission is locked in on Chet Sterling.
Chet could tap right here.
Center ring. Chet's got nowhere to go. And he
Chet's
taps
tapping.
out. Lance Lude with the Cristo has won a war for his team. Lance Lude and Brandon Day win it. Oh my God! Oh my God! Trevor Lee with the knee. Oh my God!
Oh my God. Hey! Oh my God. Hey! You two out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, 22 minutes and 16 seconds. Your winners by submission, Brandon Day and Lance Lude.
Brandon Day and Lance Lude have won it, but Brandon Day is down and Lance Lude may have just been knocked unconscious by the knee of Trevor Lee as the aftermath weasels away at Fallout.